Welcome everybody to another World of Tanks 9.0 map update video. My name as always is Maxwell, and today we are taking a look at Pearl River. Before we get into it, just want to say a massive thank you to Pointy Haired Jedi for joining me on this little expedition to have a look at the new maps. If you want to go check out his channel, link for that is in the description. He also does a lot of fantastic World of Tanks content. So first things first, you may have noticed that the spawn locations of the map of the bases have changed. The old base for this team would have been there, and the old base for the south team would have been around about there. So now that is, well, these have totally changed, and it just means that someone coming in for a base capture gets considerably more cover. It's not quite as open, but it does still leave a lot of opportunities. So first things first, we're going to head to the far north, because there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of changes to this map that we have to get through and make it through. So, first things first, as you see, they haven't really changed the old spawn location of the base for this team. They've flattened it out a little bit, and it leads up into some paths through the center of the map, but that's not what we're going to have a look at right now. First things first, we're going to have a look at the northern section of the map, then we're going to take a quick look at the southern section of the map, and then we'll maybe drive through the center. But like I said, there's a lot to get through on this map. So far so good. This looks pretty similar to normal until, see, all looks pretty good here until you have a look to your right and see, what's that? That's another little road up there. So if we head up here and see where this leads to, we can see that this little road winds its way up through the hills here, and lo and behold, well, you've got a little route through the bridge there if you like, but lo and behold, this thing comes out in the center of the map here, which is a whole new route. So this is very tight, very winding. If you come up against another tank head on, it's basically just going to be a slugfest until one of you falls over. To get to this location, it's just this little winding path here that leads up into the mountains that I said I wasn't going to take at first, but obviously that was just a complete and flagrant lie, as I've just done that. But we'll head back up, and we'll head through to the enemy side, the opposite side, and see where that leads to. So at this point here, you can either take a right-hand drive and head out that direction, or you can take a left-hand turn and either go around to the start of your area or head round to the back of the enemy's little camping area. If you've spawned at the location that I've spawned, I wouldn't recommend really coming down here in an effort to sort of get to that location there, because as soon as you pop out here, you're going to expose yourself to, as you can see, the old base location of the opposition team, and then the new base location over there. So you're going to find some people camping around this area here, and it's not going to prove particularly healthy for you. So I don't think you could make it up there. You could make it down, but I don't think you could make it up there. So gonna head all the way through here, and I think everything else in the north has pretty much remained the same. But you may see that the colours of the maps has changed a lot as well. This looks a lot deeper, and the colour is a lot richer. But this area here pretty much just looks unchanged. Like, it's all really just the same. So, battles here are going to remain pretty much the same, but you have the added bonus of not having to brave the ridiculous bridge. Because what would normally happen is if the allied team here pushed through, and the enemy would just camp at that location there, and it would just be one massive stalemate, and battles would just get bogged down for minutes and minutes in this location. So what we can do now is, if you win the enemy team's going to have to, well, the team that spawns on this side is going to have to get to pretty much this location and hold this spot. If they don't hold this spot, then they're going to lose control of this road here. And if they lose control of this road here, the allied team is going to be able to push through. As you can see, you can get to this place pretty much in cover, and then that just gives you access to the whole spawn area of the opposition team. So we'll head back up through here into the centre and we'll see where that third road leads. Or the second road on this side. Oops. Crashing into the wall there. Just having a little shot. You may have noticed actually the smoke and fire has been improved as well. If we take a look at a top-down shot, we get the beautiful little smoke plumes, one out on each side and one to the front, and the fire animation looks a lot nicer as well. So lots of graphical improvements there too, looking very, very nice. So when we head around to this area here, this is going to be the road that the opposition force is going to drive in. But if you can get access to it from the north there, then you can try and hold the enemy here, which is going to be a great point of contention. So this has changed a little bit as well, but again, just to add the road in, so that you can get up this little ridge to the new spawn location. So the old spawn location for this team was on this open plain here. Now this has been moved to this area and flattened out a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll take this road here and just see if there are any significant changes in that area. What I will say is this looks like it's going to be open to a little bit of camping as well. If someone can get themselves in here, then they've got a pretty good position, as you can see, to just defend the allied base. Although it doesn't really give you cover from that road, you'd have to really tuck yourself in. Oh, and the building's destructible, so that's good. So they can't just hide here. I don't think this one's destructible, because it looks a little bit too big. But definitely going to be opportunities to camp here. So this is probably going to be a favourite haunt of the artillery, because it's nice and secluded, and it's going to be nice and difficult for the opposition force to get at you. So let's have a look in the south and the left hand side of the map and see how that looks. So far, apart from the location of the base there, it looks like this, just judging by what I can see on the mini-map, it looks like this might be pretty much unchanged. Although this looks fairly open plan compared to how it was. Oh no, actually it was pretty much like this. I normally spawn in this location and drive that way. But no, this all looks fairly similar to how it looked before. So we'll just take a little drive up here, and as you can see, not really much change. We'll see if we can head down here without smashing ourselves to pieces, because I like taking shortcuts. We can slide to victory. So yeah, this area all looks pretty much the same. Trusty rock there, trusty little outcroppings. The only things that's really going to change here is I would expect more tanks to start using this route, thanks to the changes in the spawn locations. With the spawn locations being moved from those open areas. This Jedi just perched majestically on a rock there. With these spawn locations being more open plan, I can see these locations getting used a lot more than they were previously. Normally, you would only see some light tanks, maybe one tank destroyer and a couple of mediums taking these positions, and you wouldn't really see that much more. What I'm going to do is continue along the road and see if we can spot any kind of significant changes to this road here. If there isn't any, then we'll head off into the centre, and then that's pretty much going to be it. But to be honest, this all looks very, very similar to how it was before. That's one big long road that leads to the spawn location, and this should be the other road that leads to the new spawn location. And like I said, pretty much unchanged here. Yep. So expect some protracted battles around this area here. But apart from that, this is pretty much unchanged. So we'll head on into the little town over there and see if there's much changed over there, because we can see a few little paths in and through the buildings. Can we make it down there? Probably not. We might be able to make it down here. So, as you can see, the buildings have been pushed way, way out compared to how they were before. You'd normally just have a couple of little buildings that you could sneak your way through, but now a lot more buildings. That one's not destructible. Some of them look like they are destructible, like maybe that one there. Yep, indeed it is. So, buildings pushed out a hell of a lot more here. So I can imagine a few heavies taking this route, because the buildings are going to offer a good shield from fire from the left-hand side. And then... Yep, there we go. So it looks like you can't make it any higher, just like before. So we'll head all the way around this little village part and see if there are any super changes around the other side. And then I think it's probably about time to wrap it up. I'm still pretty impressed with the graphical changes. Everything does look a lot richer and a lot deeper, and I'm not just using a colour filter here. This is still the standard colour. Ooh, nice addition of a rock here with these destructible buildings, although I assume, yep, they are destructible. So nice little addition of this rock here to fight around. And again, these buildings are going to provide some great cover from the flank over there, whilst also being a great place to fight. So I think when I spawn into this map from now on with a heavy tank, I think this is definitely the position I'm going to take. And this looks pretty much unchanged, although I can't really see the water mill anymore. Ah, there we go, the water mill from before, where we did the World of Tanks space program. Although I don't think it is spinning. Yes, it is still spinning. But yep, that's going to be it for the look at the changes of Pearl River. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a like or favourite and stick a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what your favourite changes to this map are and what you are looking forward to most with this map and how you think the dynamics are going to change. If you're not already, then definitely consider hitting that subscribe button for a lot more World of Tanks content like this in the future. I've been Maxwell. This has been World of Tanks 9.0 map look at Pearl River, and I will catch you guys next time.